The opinions expressed of this show are for entertainment purposes and should not be misconstrued or interpreted as fact. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-522-4700.
Happy Saturday, and what a beautiful Saturday this 23rd of August is, because it means football is back, baby, and we are here on the Tailgate right here on Pub Sports Radio, ready to bring you guys action. If y'all weren't here last year, this is a best bet driven show, so there's no fluff, there's no time to sit here and talk and say, hey, how you doing? No, we got great cappers coming from, some of the best college football cappers in all of the game out there, bringing you guys best bets, action nonstop. And this year, I'm excited to say that I'm going to have two of my favorite cappers, two of my good friends, sitting beside me the whole time co-hosting this. So I'm going to go ahead and get them up here so we can get this thing started. First, you see him right here tomorrow. Been killing it all year with walk-off wagers. You see him on Betting with the Bag. My dude, Wine Time Sports. What up, Wine Time?
Let's go, Daby Cab. You said it, man. It's week 0. I'm ready to go, man. I've been waiting for this day for quite some time. I'm excited to host this with you every single Saturday and get this cash, man. It's a good day for week 0, and I'm excited to bring on these next couple guests and cap the card with them.
Oh, man, I can't wait. Let me go ahead and get this guy up. Look, I'm going to start it like this. If you have not given this man your email, I don't know what the hell you're doing. Moose has written up hundreds of pages previewing this season, this college football season, and he gives it to you for absolutely free. All you got to do is give Moose your email, and he will get you signed up for the Moose Dive. Like I said, dude's got hundreds of pages where he's breaking down these games, and he's been killing it. My dude, Moose Money Bets. What up, Moose?
Yo, and Daby, just to update you, the Moose Dive has officially been finished. I got every single college football team capped, broken down, and I even got better news. I'm about to drop the Google Doc link into the chat, so you don't even need to give me an email. You can just click on the link and you can go right to the Moose Dive. You can check out whichever team you want to look at. Maybe you want to check a little bit more at that Sam Houston State Western Kentucky game. It's going to be here in the chat just in a little bit, but I am super stoked to be here. I cannot begin to tell you the amount of hours, days, weeks, months of preparation I have put in for this, so I am ready to go.
I've had people hit me up. They're like, hey, what are we on today in baseball? What are we on? Dude, I took the last few days off because I've been so dove into college football that I've wanted to focus on it, man. And shout out to you guys in the chat, but like Moose said it, hours of work. He put hours of work into it. I don't know another show that gets up here and is like, here's hundreds of pages of information for free. All you got to do is click this link and enjoy it. So shout out to Moose Money for bringing that right here at Pub Sports Radio. Man, you guys know the deal, though. Even though it's week 0 and there's not as much action, we have the first time in 25 years. For the first time in 25 years, we have a ranked matchup in week 1, a conference, a Big 12 ranked matchup. We've got good games, and we've got just the people to bring it to you. Last year, we started this show off pretty much every week with my guy Guns Picks, and he was just absolutely bringing the heat. I thought to myself, hey, how should we start this year? We're going to do it the exact same way with one of the best college football cappers in the game, our guy Guns Picks. Let's get him up here. Guns Picks. What up, Guns?
Boys, girls, everybody in the chat, we're back. College football, baby. This is what I love. This is the sport I love. Absolutely excited today. I've been just in the gym, lifting, drinking napalm, smacking my head. I even got a busted lip. I'm ready for this, man. I can't wait to get into weekly action with the boys, Daby Cab, Moose, and Wine Time. Let's go, baby.
Hey, today's that day, Guns, where it's like you bust that lip and you're like, let's go, baby. Like, it feels good. I love it. I love the pain.
Yeah, I'm headbutting CMU walls. I don't care. I'll bleed off the side of my head. I don't care.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Well, you guys have heard this is probably the most fluff you're going to get on this show right now. Real quick, man, I want to give sports scientist Jacob, Troy Torrance, our guy in the chat. Troy, hopefully we'll have him up here, but he will be doing Bankroll Blitz. Kristen in the chat, shout out to her. Andrew G. Juan Chavez, DJ, Ron Lofton, man, so many great cappers rolling in. Thank you guys for tuning in to another season of the Tailgate. We plan on making this one really special, and we're going to start it by getting some winners to you brought from Guns Picks. Guns, what's the first game you want to look at today?
Yeah, the first game, and of course, I wrote a blog on this one on Why Lose. I'm part of Why Lose, so you can go check me out there. Why Lose Guns, Telegram, Instagram. I'm trying to get my Instagram up, so give me a follow there, Why Lose_Guns. But I have a game here, Fresno State versus Kansas. Now, David Booth Memorial Stadium is now officially open. Now, it's not finished, but we're going to have some actual football in this stadium, and I think this Kansas team is going to be absolutely excited to play here. If you know anything about this Kansas team, 5-7 last year, but never really played an official home game. They had to play at Arrowhead Stadium. They had to play at some random soccer stadium. But this team was 1-6 or 1-5 to start the season, finished the season 4-2, but they beat 3 ranked opponents. So Leipold had his team in the right position, and they've lost a lot of games by a possession or less. So this is a team on the come up. They're going against Fresno State now. Fresno State coach leaves, but they bring in Matt Entz. Matt Entz was the linebacker coach for USC. Used to be the coach for North Dakota State. Won a couple national championships there. He runs a very different offense than Fresno State has ever seen. Fresno State, more of the West Coast, air raid, high-paced offense. Now they're going to bring this this run in the trenches type of offense for North Dakota State. There's going to be an adjustment there, and I don't think you're going to be able to get it in week 0, week 1. So Fresno State finished the year 1-4 in ATS, and Kansas finished 4-2 straight up in ATS. So I like to take the hotter teams in this situation. And it's the first time that Fresno State has been a double-digit dog versus an unranked opponent, and I couldn't even find it. It's been a while. Kansas is also 4-0 ATS in their last 4 season openers. I think Kansas opens this year up and absolutely thumps this Fresno State team. Bring in Kansas to the map. I like their over on wins. I love them today. Give me Kansas minus 12.5 as a play.
Got the Jayhawks to start it off. I love the hat too, Guns. I love the hat.
Oh, this is so pretty today.
Guys, as the season goes on, I've talked to you, Moose, and one time last year we would weigh in on it after our guest said it. This year, we're gonna let the guests keep rolling, and then you and I we're gonna weigh in on after. Today's a little different, man. We only got a few games that we can even talk about at all, so let's go ahead and weigh in on a bit because, like I said, today's gonna go by real fast. So, Moose, thoughts on this one? I can say I like Kansas as a side. I didn't bet a side. I have a bet in this game. I'll go over it. But I like Kansas, and I really wanted Kansas team total over is what I was really leaning towards. But what's your thoughts, Moose?
Yeah, I want to bring up Jalen Daniels, and that is going to be the name that I'm going to be focusing on here in this game. One of the big kind of transitions is Jim Zabrowski takes over full responsibility as offensive coordinator. He was a co-offensive coordinator last year, but he was also the quarterback coach, and he's been Daniels' quarterback coach since Daniels has been at Kansas. And we're looking for Daniels to have a major improvement as a passer this year. Last year, you could see him early struggling to hit some of those more intermediate to advanced passing routes. I mean, he was not able to really work seam routes. He was not really able to hit people out on the sidelines, out past the numbers. This year, I think, is going to be completely different. So he averaged about 209 yards passing a game, and you have the number set for today. It came out initially. I'm not sure where it is now, but initially it came out at 200.5, and I thought that was just ridiculously low in a season where it feels like the passing game is going to replace the running game. Devin Neal was an absolute monster last year, and he's gone. So you see what are they going to do here? And they brought in a bunch of receivers, and they gutted the guys that were there. They said, y'all suck, y'all gone. And they started bringing in a bunch of different guys. They brought in Emmanuel Henderson, who's a former Alabama running back who used to be a number 1 running back prospect in the country. He's now going to be at receiver for them. They bring in Cam Pickett, who was 3rd-team All-MAC last year. And they bring in a Bryson Canty, who was 1st-team All-Conference at the FCS level. So you now have 3 guys at the top of that receiving depth chart that are extremely good, extremely talented, and it is a deep group. I think Daniels comes out firing. I think the whole offense is now going to shift to more of a passing mindset, and I am focused on Daniels and his passing props. So I took Jalen Daniels passing yards over 200.5, and I originally had this at about a 220, 221, and I took that too. So I went ladder 220.5 on the passing yards, and I money line parlayed the Kansas money line with the passing props for Daniels at 200.5 for plus 122 for a half unit. I am all about Kansas. I'm all about them scoring. The only thing on their team total, Fresno State, just like Guns talked about, is going to be in the trenches type offense. They're going to go slow. They're going to go very, very slow. They're going to be trying to execute game clock. They do not want to have the other offense with the ball. So I'm a little wary on the team total, but give me Jalen Daniels passing yards. Give me the same game parlay on Jalen Daniels and Kansas to win outright.
Yeah, guys, I'll take over real quick. Chat, we're not going over game by game. Guns, this was his first place, so we're going over this one. So it's going to be a little bit out of order today, guys. But going into this game, guys, I'm right there with you guys. I'm high on Jalen Daniels going into this season. My guy out of Lawndale played for the same coach that coached one of my kids that I coached for a while, Max Barbie over at Wilson. And now he's coaching over at Delaware State. He's the special teams coordinator for his guy, Deshaun Jackson, over there. So this guy's been around the block. I love Jalen Daniels. As soon as he came out of high school, I loved everything this kid had. You saw him put it together a couple of years ago last season, the beginning of the season. Guys, this was a team that lost by no more than double-digit points in any of their losses this last season. It's absolutely crazy. They promote Jim Zabrowski. They can, our guy over there, Jeff Grimes. I mean, I don't even get how he got the Wisconsin job. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but that guy did not know how to call plays for this quarterback. It gives Coach Z the promotion. He's been the quarterback's coach for Jalen Daniels all 5 years. This has to be the longest tenure of a head coach, quarterback coach, and a quarterback that we have seen in all of college football. Is there any other trio like that? I can't think of it. And he knows Jalen Daniels very well, and he's going to be calling plays from up in the box. Something to note, guys. He wants to see the whole entire field. He's not going to be out there with this guy JD like he usually is, but if JD, he said, he's like, if I see anything that I think he might see, I'm going to call him up in the booth and he's going to let me know because he can see the whole field. Something to keep in mind, guys, they also have two really good running backs over there in Daniel Hishaw. This guy is supposed to have a big year for him. They bring over LaShawn Williams from Iowa. This guy was the leading rusher before Caleb Johnson took over there in Iowa, and he's the RB2. That shows you how good Daniel Hishaw is. Yeah, they lost Devin Neal to the NFL, one of my favorite running backs in all of college football last year. I love this Kansas team going into this season. I think they have a chance to do some really nice things. Jalen Daniels, he worked with his guys a lot in the summer, his wide receivers. These are all brand new guys, but he has some dudes in that locker room. And these guys believe in him, and I believe in Coach Z, especially him calling plays from up in the box. I have Kansas money line with Wisconsin and Clemson money line for plus 110. I'm also going to give you guys Kansas money line and parlay it up with Jalen Daniels, one rushing touchdown for minus 130. I think Jalen Daniels is going to have video game numbers today. I think he's probably going to have 3 touchdowns through the air and probably 2 on the ground. He's going to have a huge day to where people are going to think this guy might be a Heisman candidate. This is going to be a big game for him. And I think playing at that new stadium, it's still not completely done. But I think the fans are going to be rocking and rolling out there. I think this is a step up offensive coordinator wise. I think Z probably should have been the OC last year because this guy's going to do exactly what Coach Koldenicki, who is now the OC at Penn State, who is going to be a head coach at a Power 4 program next year. He's doing everything he did. I'm excited for this Kansas team. They're going to absolutely smash Fresno State, and I haven't heard enough people say that. I've heard a lot of people on Fresno State today. Doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Give me Kansas. I'm probably going to take them ATS too, honestly, the more I talk about this, guys. But I love Kansas this season.
Man, I tell you what, shout out to all the people rocking with us. People don't know that we're already on because it's been a year since we've gone live this early. Usually we're not live for another hour, maybe 2 hours here.
People know college football is back today. Everybody.
Well, I guess, we got about over 100 people now already rolling in. So I guess people know, but I'm just saying, let everybody remind everybody, we don't wait until an hour before game time because we got too much to go over.
Hit the like button too. We only have 31 likes, 80 people in the building. Smash that like button. Get us out there. This is the best football talk show that you guys are going to find. These cappers on screen right now. I tagged them all in this post when someone said tag the best college football cappers. I tagged all 3 of these dudes. I'll take these 3 dudes against anyone else. So
hey, I don't like to glaze too much. But you guys fucking dominated it last year. I won't even talk about myself. I like talking about other people better. I did fine. That's cool. This show last year, absolutely fucking destroyed it. And I expect more of the exact same. And when I'm talking about destroying it, I just mean you guys winning bets nonstop all season. It was such a blast to be a part of. And we're going to do the same thing this year. So let's keep it rolling. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We got another capper backstage who I see that I cannot wait to get on stage here with you guys. But we got more action from our guy Guns here. So we're going to keep it moving. Let us know y'all's best bets in the chat. Drop them. Guns, where are we going next?
You got me in the prop market, Daby. You got me in the goddamn prop market. Actually, I did an Instagram live today, and it was brought to my attention how low this number was. And I said, I got to take it. Just knowing what the philosophy of this game is. So let's talk about the big game. Let's talk about Kansas State versus Iowa State here. Ranked opponent versus ranked opponent in bloody old Dublin. But it's not even an Irish accent.
Was that an Irish accent?
No, it was not. That
sounded very English. That sounded very proper.
I'm Irish too. I should know the accent.
Oh no!
Oh God! I gotta send my card back.
We can edit it later, Guns. We can get rid of that later.
We're not live.
But I want to talk about the running back for Kansas State that people are going to know his name very soon. His name is Dylan Edwards. Dylan Edwards takes over for one of the most electric running backs to come out of Kansas State, DJ Giddens. He's going to get replaced. Dylan Edwards steps in. He's already got a sample size. If you watched him in the bowl game, this dude was absolutely electric. He had 190 rushing yards, 10.9 yards per carry in the bowl game. And he steps in 7.4 yards per carry and 5 touchdowns in 2024. This guy is going to be a beast for this team. And Kansas State loves to run that RPO. He has Avery, what do I want to say? Avery Johnson. Yeah, we go. And then Dylan Edwards going to run back and forth on this one because they're going against an Iowa State team that gave up 5.3 yards per carry. They were absolutely terrible on the run. If you want to see a sample size, look what Cam Skatebo did to them in the Big 12 championship last season. I think this guy is going to run the freaking football and get over his rushing yards on this one. And it's 80, I think it is, set at. You got to take the over on that one. He's going to have 100+ yards if Kansas State is going to even win this game. And I think that's the way you abuse this Iowa State defense is you abuse them on the run, make them load the box, and then you pass the ball. I think it's going to be over. Dylan Edwards rushing yards today as the play.
Okay, I got to weigh in on this one too. Shout out to Kristen in the chat, dropping the 5 memberships, man. Much love to Kristen, a real supporter there, always showing love, sharing memberships. We appreciate the hell out of you, Kristen, and all the members in the chat, man. You guys, you don't understand, since we don't sell you picks or anything like that, the only reason the channel is able to keep going is because of you guys that get the membership. So thank you guys that support us. It means the world. I'm on a prop here too, Guns. I'm on a rushing prop as well. It's just not Dylan Edwards. I took Avery Johnson here. As I looked into this game,
Fair.
As much as I wanted to take Kansas State, the more I talked about it with Wine Time, the more I talked about it, with my pops and some of the other people I cap with. I don't want the 3.5. I do think Kansas State wins the game, but I want Kansas State on a money line. Like if I'm betting it, I want a money line. And I'm not sure, honestly, guys, if I even want that. But what I do think is that Kansas State is still going to be able to move the football, especially, we're talking about a situation here. This game, guys, it doesn't get better than this in week 1. 2 ranked teams playing in another country, and this is a Big 12 conference matchup, right? Not only is it a Big 12 conference matchup, this is 2 teams that very likely could win the Big 12. I mean, the Big 12 is wide open. We don't know who's going to win it, right? Let's be honest. We have no clue. But I mean, shit, this could be the first time these 2 teams meet, and they could meet each other again later in the season in a Big 12 championship. I mean, this is electric football right here. And I think Avery Johnson, he hit his rushing prop where the number's at 7 out of his last 10 games. And I went over this with betting with the bag. In college, if you get a sack, it goes against your yards, right? So if your quarterback takes a 10-yard sack and you've only got 12 yards, well, now you're sitting at 2 yards with the quarterback, okay? So he's covered this number 7 of his last 10 games, but if you take out a massively disgusting sack in one of them, he covers it in 8 out of the last 10 games. I mean, this is just a number set at 50.5 that I think we get to 30 or 40 by halftime, and I think we crush this number. So Avery Johnson over 50.5 rushing yards at minus 120. It's by far my favorite bet on the board today. So I have 2 units on it. Full transparency for anybody that's tailing, to the T. You bet it again. I got 2 units on it. Moose, thoughts on this game?
I mean, Wine Time and I think this has been the game that, correct me if I'm wrong, Wine, but I think this is the game that we've talked the most about, going back and forth. I mean, if you put together all the text messages we've had, I think we have a thread that compares to Harry Potter Goblet of Fire with how much we talked about.
I want to be in that. Can I be in that group chat? Goddamn.
We'll add you, Guns.
Yeah.
So the interesting thing here is the last game of the regular season last year, these 2 teams met, and Iowa State at home won 21-29. And one of the interesting points was when you look at the Kansas State offense, you go, okay, they should have been able to run the ball against an Iowa State defensive rush that was really not all that great. But yeah, they were not good. But in the game, 31 rushes, 144 yards, and Iowa State was able to kind of control the game down the stretch. So you say, what's different this year? What is it that makes us think that the Iowa State rush defense is now going to be exploitable? And one of the big reasons that I'm looking at here is the addition of Matt Wells as the new OC. He's the former head coach at Utah State. He was at Texas Tech. He is a passing guru. I mean, he is a quarterback whisperer. Yeah. He knows how to talk to the quarterbacks, and Avery Johnson is in for a huge improvement as a passer. Mm-hmm. I look at this game, the line, the books, they are desperate for Kansas State money. They want all the Kansas State money they can get. And I think that is probably because, I know there's a lot of people out there that are saying Kansas State's the better team.
Wouldn't it get under 3 or wouldn't it get under 3 if that was the case though?
It did. It did get under 3. And spoiler alert, that's where I ended up, was under the 3, because I don't want the 3.5. I would like to be under the 3 with how much the book is wanting Kansas State money, because there's reverse line movement on the money line. You have some reverse line movement on the spread. It is telling you that it wants Kansas State tickets. They are wanting all the Kansas State tickets that you can get. And the line last year going into the game at Iowa State was a 2. And now at a neutral field, you have Kansas State favored by a 3.5. And I believe at one point it was a 4. That's a rather large swing, and saying that Kansas State is the better team in a pretty definable way. I don't agree with that. I think Iowa State is the better team. I do really like Rocco Becht. I think he's a fantastic quarterback. But the question for Iowa State is going to be, what's that offense going to look like? I would imagine they're going to use their 2 running backs that they brought back, and the question is at receiver, which got gutted. You lost Higgins and Noel, 2 of the best receivers in the country, let alone in the conference. So how's that offense going to look with Rocco Becht, especially traveling overseas? One time when I got so deep on this, we wanted to know how the flight to Ireland was. Kansas State, they went with the philosophy of blood circulation. They wanted things on their legs that kept blood flow moving, so that they always had this idea of the blood was circulating. There was no homeostasis. It wasn't pooling. And Iowa State went with the idea of banking sleep. They actually bought in a sleep influencer to tell them how to pool their sleep so they could go to Ireland and keep themselves on a sleep.
That's the dumbest shit, bro. I saw that.
What did they have for breakfast this morning? Jesus Christ with this cat.
It was told to them what they should eat.
Guns. What does he do? Is he like, okay, so now we're going to
I'll tell you this about Moose right now. I'm going to shed a tear right now, because he just did line functionality capping right there. He just looked at last year's game and he looked at the number, and then he looked at this year on a neutral site and saw the line was like 5 points difference. That tells you all you need to know how you take a play. That's perfect, dude. I'm going to cry.
Y'all better be careful, though, because Iowa State was listening to not white noise. They were listening to green noise last night. And that shit, they had.
But this is what you get on the show. We'll know exactly who, like, if the fucking quarterback is snorting coke before the game. We're going to absolutely know if they had too many drinks and they were tapping too much ass at like 4 a.m. before, kickoff at noon. We're going to know, because we're in the depths of college football. And Moose just gave a perfect example of that.
Yeah, guys. Me and Moose. Wait, did you give out a play on this game?
I am on Iowa State. I'm sorry. I'm on Kansas State.
I was
I was going to do my total. I was going to do my total first, but then I went with my spread. I am on Kansas State minus 2.5. I don't endorse the 3.5, and I'm on Iowa State, Kansas State under a 50. The line is now at 51.5. It's moving the other way.
I think we're gonna see points. That total at Dublin is probably the highest I've seen ever.
Yeah, and that was surprising, and that was kind of where I saw initially. I go, oh well, this is high, but 3 of the last 4 have gone under the posted total, and the only one that went over was the infamous Scott Frost debacle, where he couldn't figure out that he was actually still playing. Yeah. I mean, you sent a drunk over to Ireland and expected him to all of a sudden be a football coach. No, the drunk that went over to Ireland stayed a drunk.
He's a football coach again at UCF, by the way.
Yeah, I was talking about him. I've already made it clear that motherfucker is not allowed to come onto my show in name or like or presence at all. He's not welcome.
Yeah, well, we understand why, because that guy is an absolute tool. But for this game, I do think that it's going to be more of a slugfest. I do think that there's going to be some running here. I do not see Iowa State necessarily immediately exploiting the secondary's weakness in Kansas State. So I kind of think there's going to be a little bit of that kind of back and forth, who's winning the line trenches. I just see more lower scoring game. I totally understand the over. I totally understand the Iowa State. I think the Iowa State bettors are making a wise choice, but based off of where I thought the line should be, where the line ended up, how it got bet, I'm very, very happy with where I'm at with my minus 2.5. I do not like the 3.5. I would love the minus 2.5. If you want to throw Kansas State into a parlay, fine, so be it. I took Kansas State and under as a same game parlay as well. I do like Kansas State. I think this is a great game, back and forth. And at the end of the day, I do think that we're going to have you're going to have a running game at Kansas State that is just going to be a little bit too much for Iowa State. That is only returning one main piece in Dominique Orange, and the rest of the guys are new. How did this new group do on the road, and not necessarily on the road, but in a different country against one of the better rushing attacks in the country? I'm going to err on the side of the runners, and that gives me more of a tendency towards the under. So give me Kansas State, give me the under, and give me the same game parlay of Kansas State and the under.
They'll be fine. They got plenty of sleep. Wine time. Yeah. I still have more I want to say, but I want to hear your thoughts now.
Yeah, I mean, Iowa State's coming off the best season in school history, going 11-3 last year. I mean, Matt Campbell, I mean, this guy's one of the best coaches in all of college football. I heard a lot of experts say that they thought Kansas State and Kleiman was the better coach. I think the exact opposite. I think Iowa State and Campbell have the advantage in this matchup. I love everything Campbell's doing with this program. He doesn't ever hit the portal hard whatsoever. He's the talent around him, his homegrown talent. Most of them are from Iowa. And he gets the most out of them. I mean, what can you expect? I mean, they also have one of the best DCs in the country. This guy's been there for over 10 years now, and John Heacock. This guy constantly develops good defensive guys. I like everything that they're doing. I know they've lost a lot, but they do return their interception leader in Jontez Williams. He had 4 interceptions and 5 pass deflections last season. Also return nickelback and safety Jeremiah Cooper. Dominique Orange, guys, I mean, this is a potential first-round draft choice right now, if not first round, second round for sure. I mean, this guy's got every tool in the shed on the defensive line, man. This guy is an animal on there. I would not want to guard this guy on the offensive line. And specifically him, guys, when I talked to Moose about this, I heard the interview, and he's the guy that talked about it. He's like, we brought in a sleep influencer. It's like, I slept great on the plane. I'm 340 pounds, and I had plenty of leg room. I slept good because we brought in a sleep influencer, and this guy looked fresh. He looked ready to go. Kansas State, Dylan Edwards, and their middle linebacker, what is his name? Let me bring it up really quick here. I don't know why I blanked on his name because he's one of the best. Austin Roman. These guys, I mean, probably their best defensive player in Austin Roman. I mean, this guy's one of the best middle linebackers in all the nation. These guys look exhausted at the podium when they were talking. Their head coach looked exhausted. I don't know how that's going to translate going into this game. Usually these are two teams that face each other at the end of the season, so it's really wild to see them play. Beginning of the season, they just played each other like 3 games ago. You know what I mean? It's wild, guys. I have a lot of action in this game. You guys broke it down pretty good, but yeah, Iowa State lost 2 of the best receivers in the country last year to the NFL, and Higgins and Noel. I mean, these guys are on day 2 of the NFL draft. They do bring in Chase Sowell from ECU coming off 670 yards. They've got Xavier Townsend coming over from UCF. This guy when he gets the ball in his hands, he's hard to get to. This guy is very fast, especially in open space. I expect a lot of screens to him and see what he can do with the ball in his hands. They also return running back Carson Hansen. This kid's 6'2", 220, kid from Iowa, homegrown kid, man. This kid does everything right. I think this kid's due for a big year this year. They also return Abu, who's a running back 2 last year. It's a really good running back duo that they have over here. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. They have a very experienced offensive line. 3 of 5 of the starters come back, but a lot of these guys have been there for forever, and these guys have a lot of camaraderie on that offensive line. They also grab a few edge rushers in the portal. Tomato McNew from Yale. He's a graduate transfer coming off 6.5 sacks last
His name was Tomato? Did you say Tomato?
Oh, it's actually Tomato.
Tomato. It's T-O-M-A-T. I don't even know how to pronounce his name because there's not a lot of tape on this guy, so you can't even hear how they pronounce his name. Also return linebacker Caleb Bacon. This kid coming off an injury last game.
How many?
I know, right?
There's a fucking grocery store.
This guy's expected to have a huge year for this defense, guys. Going over the Kansas State side of the football, let me bring this up here really quick. Avery Johnson returns as quarterback 2 for year 2. He's a very good runner, but I question his arm big time. I don't like the way he throws the ball. I know this guy's got a lot of upside. I mean, think about it. Will Howard had to leave to go to Ohio State and win a national championship because they told him, look, you're not going to be the guy next year. Avery Johnson is going to start, and it's not going to be you. So he got out of there quick, ends up winning the national title. But Avery Johnson, man, yeah, they promote Matt Wells, who's the quarterback coach. This guy is a quarterback guru. I've heard it all. He knows how to run an offense, man. He really does. I just question Avery's arm. I mean, Dylan Edwards is a really good running back. My thing is, though, Iowa State, they do run a 3-3-5, but they do run a multiple defense. They're going to make adjustments out there. And I think if they load the box, if they just put 4 in the box, maybe 5, they're going to be able to stop Dylan Edwards and force Avery Johnson to run with it because he's not going to I don't trust his arm by whatsoever. He's got to prove it to me still. I don't trust that this guy can even go out there and pass for 200 yards today. I think it's going to be a long day for him at the quarterback position. I think both teams are going to run the ball a lot. This clock is going to go tick tock and is going to go under the total at 50. Also on Iowa State +3 -110 and Iowa State money line +140. I think they win this game outright. They're the better team. They have the better coach. Both fan bases are going to be showing out for this game. I'm not sure who's going to have more, but both of them have a lot of fans there. And this is going to be a really hostile environment because considering there's going to be 30,000 people from Ireland specifically that are supposed to be at this game. I like Iowa State in this game. I think Iowa State is going to win the Big 12. I think even if Iowa State loses this game, they will win 10 games. If they win this game, they could go undefeated. I don't know who their loss is going to be. Maybe get one along the way. I don't have their schedule pulled up. I forgot who it was against. But this Iowa State team, they've got a good season ahead of them, I think. So, yeah, I'm on Iowa State +3 money line in the under 50.
There you go. We've got both sides, props, a total. Shit, we bet this game every possible way you could. And there's only 4 of us out of the 6 that'll be here today that have already talked about it. So there you go. You got Wine Time on Iowa State. You got Moose on Kansas State. You got Guns on Dylan Edwards. You got me on Avery Johnson. You were also on Kansas State as well, right, Guns?
You go check my VIPs.
I got you. Dylan Edwards. I couldn't remember. I know Dylan Edwards. I caught the Dylan Edwards. So there you go. Dylan Edwards.
I don't want to get in trouble with the boss, man. But yeah, I do have looks on this game, multiple looks in this game, actually, including the Dylan Edwards prop. So go check that out. By the way, Iowa State, 5.3 yards per carry given up last season. So even when they load the box, they still can't stop the run. That's going to be Brent. We'll see what happens with that one though on the breaking point of this Iowa State team. That's something that Matt Campbell, good coach, should be able to fix. We'll see.
Shout out to our guy Skunt Blaster, dropping a $4.99 dono. Said Doobie's up. He also has a play for you in the dono. He's got the skunt bag POD, Seahawks money line, Braves money line parlay for +405, and then came through dropping a membership. Man, much love to you, Skunt Blaster, and everybody in the chat. Guns, only a couple more games. Do you have any action on any of the other ones?
I'm just looking at some leans. I'll give a couple of those. I kind of want to just take Hawaii money line. I even though like God and everybody is going to be on Hawaii, I don't see a situation where I would take Stanford. In that game, you have a team that probably didn't really achieve what they were supposed to, kind of underachieved last season for the Hawaii Rainbows, or whatever you call those, Rainbow Warriors. There we go. But I think this season is going to be a little bit different. Hawaii kind of doesn't play well in week 0. However, they usually play as a double-digit dog in those situations. The ones off the top of my head are like Vanderbilt and UCLA is the ones that come to mind of when they played it in week 0. Now you're playing a Stanford team that is playing with an interim coach. Frank Reich's going to be running that operation. He's an NFL coach. He's not a college coach. And I think he's doing Andrew Luck, who's the GM of Stanford right now. He's just doing him a favor. To kind of like coach this team until they find their guy. The roster is in shambles. They don't really have a lot of talent on this roster. Their over and under total is 3.5. It's very low. It's one of the lower ones on the board. I would not back the Stanford team in any way, shape, or form, but I would probably take Hawaii today. And I do want to give like a win total out there if possible. Southern Miss is a team we need to pay attention to this season. Now, you saying, Guns, what are you talking about? This team was 1-11 last season, only beat one FCS opponent, and everybody in the FBS, they got throttled. It's a very different story because Charles Huff goes over to Southern Miss. Charles Huff was the head coach of Marshall. What happened with Marshall last season? They won the Gun Belt. And I will never call it the Sun Belt. It is the Gun Belt. They won the Gun Belt last season, and they did not sign their coach back. Charles Huff moseys on over to Southern Miss, and he brings 25 of his players with him, 13 on the defensive side. The starting quarterback that was 8-1 straight up at Marshall, he's there. They bring 4 out of their 5 top receivers as well to boot. The defense is loaded. The offense is loaded. This is a very different Southern Miss team, and I would probably – and it may be a gun belt play when I come on the show next week. I'm going to say take Southern Miss over Mississippi State. We've already seen this team fall to Toledo last season. What have they done? I think the Southern Miss team is basically Marshall in black uniforms, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. This team is going to be something we have to watch. Take their over on wins, 5.5, and might as well double down on that one. Take Marshall under 4.5 wins. This team won the Sun Belt, and their total is 4.5. Tells you a story. Under 4.5. And Moose Money says take them on the plus 1,600. I'm going to say might as well sprinkle a little bit of coffee money on that one because this Southern Miss team is legit, and they got the coach, they got the players, and this team already won the Sun Belt basically. They're just going to do it in a different team. Southern Miss. Yeah, love them.
Yeah, all about that.
You did. Fuck. I made it a long time. The what belt? I don't know. I don't know any Sun Belt.
It's a gun belt. It's my conference.
The fuck
I own it in college basketball. I own it in college football. You guys, if you watched me last year, how many picks did I give you in the Sun? Excuse me.
I'm about to. You keep confusing me.
It's like calling the one. It's like calling the. It's like calling the Commanders the Redskins. It's the gun belt. How many picks did I give you in this chat? Tons. And they were all bangers, winners, outright winners. I'm telling you, Southern Miss is a team we need to watch.
Hey, and there you go. Guns brought us not only action in today's game, but brought you a future in the gun belt. Brought you guys 3 bets today, including a future. Guns, man, I loved it last year. I already love it this year. Thank you so much, dude. You absolutely destroy this shit. Where can everybody find you and tell them where they can go get these bets if they want to get them all the time?
Hell yeah. You can find me. I got a new Instagram. It's called @whylose_guns. Go follow me there. I also have a Telegram as well. The link is in my bio on Instagram. I'm doing a special deal. Listen, I don't charge a lot of money for my picks because I want you guys to see what the hell I do. I do write-ups. I give you insights. I do Instagram lives. Go follow me on @whylose_guns, but it's 2 months for $100. And you can get my picks from September and October. If you don't like it, then you can just cancel. But I'm telling you, college football is my best sport. I have been profitable the last 5 years. And I come on this show and I gave you 60+% picks for free. It's not even my best bets. So go check me out there. And I appreciate you guys having me on. Wine Time, Daby, Moose Money. Let's cash some tickets.
Let's go.
Let's dominate the board. And as always, yep. Let's keep dancing.
Hell yeah, Guns.
Let's
Much
go.
love to
Let
Guns,
me
man.
introduce our next guest, Daby
On you.
Cab. I think it's only right because this guy is one of the guys that got me on to college football shows.
Me
right
too,
here.
man. Me too. Watching him on Saturdays, bro. Like this.
This is one
when
of
I
the
first
best.
started gambling.
This is one of the best in the business right here, guys. That's about to join us here. He has his own show every single Saturday, Boss in the Sauce, and you guys will catch me there every Saturday with them as well. Love everything they're doing over there. Let's bring on my guy, DJ Big Boss, to the stage. Let's go. DJ, what's good, man?
What up now? Big Boss. Glad to be up here with you. Wine Time said it, man. Oh, gee, dude. I can be a fanboy right now, Big Boss. Saturday, college football with you.
Man. Shoot, y'all my boys. I'm one of y'all boys, man. We in this together, man. We a part of a whole new culture of sports betting online that's just bananas, man. So you know what I'm saying? It's always all love, man. We help each other with all kinds of stuff. I have been around for a long time, but it's beautiful to see all of you on the board right here come to the points where you are. Like I remember some of you guys when you're just in the chat, but you know what I'm saying, now top notch on the shows, giving excellent information, man. Golly. I just respect it, and I'm glad we taking this my man Big Ragu's out in I think Saratoga with the horses and all that good stuff. Yeah. I seen him on the picture, man. He had the Florida shirt with the Fresno. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
He
I
was
knew
out
that
there.
first time I saw her, dude, man. I knew that guy, top hat on, man, just looking fresh.
Yeah. GQ's finest is out there, so I didn't want to bother that. So I'm gonna just go live for the game, man. Y'all welcome to come pull up with me for the game. And we're not having the show this weekend, so yeah, that one today, yeah. Wow. So I'm glad to be able to have some time to come hang out with y'all and pay my respect and give my flowers, because I appreciate when all you guys have helped me in the past and in the present, and also I'm just glad to see you guys in your form from coming up from a long ways, and we all elevating all types of ways in the game through the culture. You know what I'm saying? In the sports betting culture, like we all came with a set of skills, and now we have a whole bunch of more set of skills because we deal with all of you. You know what I'm saying? People like you in the chat and everything. But yeah, thanks for all the love in the chat, man. Let's talk some football though. This first game, you gotta kind of play. You gotta play it because it's like a big deal for the day.
You got to, right?
Yeah, you gotta. Come on now, we got that everyday itch, right? So you gotta play this one right here. But I mean, I'm taking Iowa State, just one unit, something light. I like Mac Campbell first of all. I like Rocco Beck. And in the last Iowa State owns the meeting, so it's funny to see like everything evolving to where it is, because everybody, even the top, I look at Beeson, I look at Action, I look at all the top dudes, then I look at all of us, right? Because we top dudes, but we ain't top dudes. But I look at all of us, man, and I just compare and see where everybody's at on the games and stuff like that. But in the first week and stuff like this, you really have no idea, man. I don't know how much better we are predicting what 19 and 20-year-olds are going to do on the field or in life in general, period. But we try. So I kind of look at things from the coach's perspective coming out the chute until we kind of develop who's who and who's really doing what, because, these guys are taking the level up from, high school and junior college, all kinds of stuff, into a whole nother thing. And sometimes they might be a 4-star coming in and be shit on the shingle once they get in there. So we gotta let them evolve. They're young kids. You gotta let them evolve. So I'm gonna go on the coaching side of things, and I like Matt Campbell, and he leads the series in this one. Both of them basically bring back identical teams. Both of them have the same weaknesses and the same strength. I think Kansas State has like one more offensive line coming back, or something like that. But it's a real even match. They play every year. It's a rival from a long time ago. Bam. You're going to give me 3 points, which is like, you're already telling me it's a 50-50 game. So I'm going to take the 3 points. Wish I could have got 3.5, but I got Iowa State in that one.
Yep.
If I was on a side, boss, I got to go there too. I wanted K-State like initially, but the more I look at it, I'm like, to me, this is such a coin flip game. I'm on the Avery Johnson rushing prop, and I love it. Like I told you guys in the chat, I got 2 units on it. I love that bet, but just because I'm on that doesn't mean that I think K-State's necessarily a side. Real quick, shout out to
Shout out to Julian Cesario in the chat, guys. Much love, fam. Let's cash. I got a shot poured out for my guy Julian. Been able to kick with my guy Julian the last 2 years in San Antonio. One of the nicest, coolest people, and he's good at everything he does. It seems like, whenever he tries it for the first time. So shout out to Julian Cesario. Always shows love, man. That guy's my dog. So shout out to you, Julian. And
I'll
good
take
luck.
a fat dab with you.
And just in case y'all don't know, my man Julian's an actor, y'all. He's been on all kinds of shows. You may have seen, you didn't even notice, like, man.
Actor, gambler, writer, construction, everything, man. He does it all. It's crazy.
Right?
I mean, the guy got a hole in one in golf. I mean, it tells you right there.
Moose, before I switch gears with Big Boss and go to a different game, there sure has been a lot of Iowa State glaze, and since you're like the lone wolf on the other side, would you like?
I'm surprised.
Would you like a minute in your corner, real quick, to fight back, or you just gonna?
True. I said it earlier. I totally get it. The books want Kansas State money.
Good.
Like they're asking for all the Kansas State money. I don't endorse the 3.5. I would not endorse Kansas State 3.5, but I got the 2.5. So just a little flex on that one.
All right. Well, what about a 3?
Right now, Iowa State has 60% ATS and 80% money line. People are only coming in and taking Kansas State this morning.
That's what I was going to say. I see the
Sharks
are all in on Kansas State, though. We are the other ones, my man Moose may be on the right track because we are.
Moose touched on it. I mean, we talked about this game so much, and this game, it really is a toss-up, guys. Like I could see Iowa State, losing and not covering. You know what I mean? I'm just going to take, in my opinion, the better team. But I thought going into this game that the public was going to be on Iowa State. I thought you look at that team and it's a better team. I'm surprised that Kansas State is ranked ahead of them. These are surprises.
Kansas State, they're not a.
I respect the coaching staff for Iowa State so much, and John Heacock and Matt Campbell. And also, guys, I told Moose this kind of random. Do you guys remember the name Jake Waters, ex-Kansas State quarterback? He went against UCLA in that bowl game back in 2013.
Now we know why you remember it. No, none of us remember.
Come on, this guy was an NFL quarterback. He didn't play at all, but he went like the 6th round. He's the quarterback coach for Iowa State. He's from Iowa City, and he went to Kansas State. This is a bit like I think he's going to have his quarterback.
I was an MLB player. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, hey, our guy WT in the chat, he's with you, Moose. He said Iowa State lost to receivers. Yeah, we touched on that.
But I mean, the last time they played, it wasn't even the receivers that did the.
Oh yeah.
Well, I was just going to say
14 passes that game. There was a time where Rocco Beck didn't complete a pass for 13 pass attempts. That's wild.
So I was going to say, like, now my cap, and again, I'm not on a side, so I hate to weigh in when people are on opposite sides because I don't like to be that guy. But like, K-State does also have younger and new cornerbacks out there, so it's kind of I don't want to say a wash on that matchup with the receivers, but it is like it's unknown. We don't know. Neither of them are proven, right? That's the real truth on that. And then as far as like QB play goes. I mean, come on. I think Beck throws a better ball. There's no question about that. I think Johnson obviously is clearly more mobile, which is why I'm on his rushing prop. But Beck throws a better ball. So, I don't know, man. I really do think it's a coin flip. I love
the offense is going to switch. Well, the offense is going to switch from that vertical aerial alignment to more of a underneath because they're going to probably run 2 tight end sets as well. Like this is going to be an offense that does kind of shift from that.
Oh, they'll go 12. They'll even run 3 tight end sets, I think.
Yeah, it's going to be more of a power run than it would be a vertical downfield threat because that's what Higgins and Noel were elite down the field. They were absolutely elite. The thing that I have for Kansas State is returning their front 7. I mean, they're returning some solid guys in the front line.
Right?
They're returning. Yeah, their linebackers are coming back. They got the defense coming back.
Defense. Gotcha.
Yeah, defense. And yeah, last year Iowa State was able to kind of run all over them. But again, it was on the road. Iowa State at home was a better running team than when they were on the road. And traveling overseas, I'm not necessarily sure exactly what the Iowa State offense is going to look like. If they're trying to run the ball, they are going into the strength of the Kansas State defense. The issue with the defense for Kansas State is going to be their secondary. Weinheim just alluded to it. They are going to have new secondary guys out there, and when they do face better passing teams, I mean, hell, if they played Iowa State later down the road, it would probably be a much better matchup for Iowa State. in the first game, though, and I already alluded to it, where the line was set, the line should have been a -1.5, -2 on Kansas State. That's where it should have been based off of line functionality, which Guns was talking about earlier in my reference to the line and where it was set. But it's set at 3.5, and I believe it got to 4 at one point. I'm pretty sure it got to a 4 at one point. That's telling me that the books are seeing Kansas State as the better team, even though I personally do think that Iowa State is the better team. But give me the defense that struggles against the pass, that's facing a running offense that's not as good, versus the defense that struggles against the run is facing one of the better rushing offenses in the country. I'll take that matchup almost all day. I don't love where I'm at just because of the line and how the books are just wanting all that Kansas State money. But I'm going to give the Kansas State money here. I wavered on it. I'm not going to lie. When Wine Time hit me up, like, dude, you want to look at that line movement? Yeah, I got nervous. I got very scared. And I looked at it and I go, okay, I kind of see why. I kind of get it. But I'm still going to end
you were
up on
supposed to
Kansas
defend
State.
this with like passion, not like, I might be wrong and they could.
Well, no, that's the thing though is, dude, when you're capping, you have to allow for both sides to be heard. I mean, it'd be foolish to be like, I'm only on this lane. This is the only lane I care about. It's northbound and never southbound.
Once you make that decision, it better be.
Well, the thing that I've hung my hat on, and I already mentioned this is the offense coordinator, Matt Wells. And I know Wine Time kind of poo-pooed him a little bit, saying, whatever. But he's had
he's good.
Yeah, I like but I mean, and you're talking. I mean, the reference of like Avery Johnson as a passer and decision making. Yeah, all that is extremely valid. But Matt Wells has had way less talent, and he's gotten much better performance out of them. Yeah. And if you look at the projections and Feel Steel, if you look at the projections of what they're seeing last year, Avery Johnson averaged about 210 yards passing a game. This year, they're expected to complete 260 yards on average. That's a huge jump, especially given the fact that Avery Johnson's not a passing quarterback. That is telling me right there that Avery Johnson might be a much better passer. And you look at what they did with the receivers, bringing in guys that are going to be much more adept at getting down the field. I do think Kansas State is absolutely 100% going to be a group that can pass the ball this year, which is going to give them a much more dynamic offense. But if Matt Wells struggles with it, I have no problem with them moving to more of a running game because they have potentially the best rushing offense in the country.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, out of everybody's previews of all the different conferences and players and all that, we got about 100 Heisman candidate quarterbacks because rarely do they say this guy ain't shit. Most of the time, they're able to scrap some stats together on paper and make something look like something it ain't. And we've seen this too many times, year in and year out. We have all these people. They put all these. Look at all the value they have in Archie Manning right now. We put a lot of value in these guys, and we really don't know. Like, I'm glad we talking about it this morning. Like, we really don't know, to tell you the truth. But one thing I wanted to say about the game, though, is in the Big 12, we could jump to that one, but I'm just saying, quick insight. I haven't betted or nothing to bet, but tell me you guys' opinion. I feel that in the Big 12, in the big games, in the big matchups, the historical matchups, the rivalries, and all that, there's always two tails to the tape. The first half goes kind of slow, and things get head to head in the second half and take us over. So I think the backdoor over could be possible in this game. First half under could be as possible, just rooted in the tendencies of the Big 12 and the big games, though. But I haven't bet.
I only took the prop here. So, guys, usually for anybody that was here last year, usually we won't stay on a game that long, but we don't got a ton of games today. So we're going to beat them up, talk about them, figure them out every possible way we can, which is why we're going back again to Fresno State, Kansas, because I didn't talk about what I was on. And look, let me go ahead and hit the counterpoints. I'm on the over 50.5, and I think it might even be 50 now.
Okay.
Which I don't necessarily love that it went down to a 50. And I understand Fresno State is going to slow this football down. I get it. I know what Fresno State's offense is going to try and do. But I think Kansas puts up 35 plus.
Yeah. Then why are we not on the team total over, Cab?
I know. What is their team total over?
So I want to move on the 30. It's 31.5 for a reason. They're going to put up 35, 40 points. Jalen Daniels is going to have a game where everyone's going to be like, after this game, his Heisman odds are going to drop tremendously because people are going to be like, holy crap, this guy had a video game type of day here at the new field.
I could see that totally, but we talked about Daniels, and I like Daniels a lot, but I'm contrarian on that one, man. You know, people are they don't like Ertz, FCS guy coming into the big leagues. I mean, some of these FCS guys are gamers as coaches. I've seen that. You see adverse, results with that, but I'm on his side, and it's not just him. It's Fresno State. Fresno State. If you think about all the coaches that they brought in the past few years, they're never looking for something too big names. They look up the sleepers. They had Kalen DeBoer. They look up the sleeper guys. So I think this guy could be a sleeper guy. I mean, on paper he is. It's just that I don't know, for a reason I don't follow FCS like that, but people hate his guts or something. But I think he come in there and get business done. I kind of lean with the under in this one, because if he does come and get it done, then he's supposed to do it from a defensive perspective, which is not, Fresno State's been kind of a little offensive happy the last few years, Tedford and DeBoer. So switching over to a defensive, it doesn't make a lot of sense, because you can't bring in the personnel for a new system like that just right away. It takes a little time. So I'm not buying that at the same time. But Daniels, he is a injury-prone quarterback. Let's just be honest. And yes, if he's all psyched up and happy to come out and play today, it might be a video game type day for him. But if he's in any way timid about getting injured or spooked about getting injured going into the thing, for one, they'll probably pull him early, right? If they do get a big lead, they're going to go ahead and pull him out the game. And two, he might tiptoe around, a lot of those guys, they teach him how to throw the ball out of bounds, like quit risking, your livelihood and throw the ball out of bounds. So we could see some of that out of Daniels too. But I'm going to be excited to see what we get out of him. These two teams are big question marks, overall. Kansas is definitely the stronger team. 14 points might be too many, you know what I'm saying? If Ertz is really what he's made of, he keeps that inside like 10, 8, 9, 10, you know what I'm saying? It's just a little under 2 touchdowns. So I took Fresno State plus the points today. Nothing major, but I just a little contrarian. But I did hear Wine when I was backstage in his breakdown. He's so excited about Daniels. A local guy. My man Wine is always excited about the local guy. Let Moose start bragging on his local guys out there.
He was coached by the same kid that coached my kid Barbie that's at Purdue right now. So and now he's at Delaware State coaching. So it's cool to see. But shout out to him. But
my homeboy dad could have been my dad, but my mama didn't be his daddy.
No, but yeah, guys, I think the difference I think we're going to see this year in this I know Fresno State's going to play slow. I just think Kansas offense is going to go so fast to where Fresno State is going to be so thrown. Even if Kansas only puts up maybe 14 in the first half, I think that second half that Fresno State defense is going to be gassed. And I think that they're just going to move so fast down the field with Coach Z that it's going to be hard to stop them when it comes to the third and fourth quarter. So I don't expect a lot. That's why I didn't move it on Kansas first half, is because I was like, I could maybe see them starting off a little slow, but that second half, I think we're going to see 2 or 3 straight possessions where we see scores where they just move down the field in Fresno State. I mean, don't get me wrong, because Ertz is a defensive guy. He was the associate head coach at USC last year, was the linebackers coach. This guy is a defensive guy. Kind of crazy that he took left the San Diego State job, and he brings his old OC over in his last year from South Dakota State with him as well to coach this Fresno State offense. So it's going to be interesting. I just think Kansas smashes here, and I think Daniels hasn't. He should. If he doesn't have himself a game here, I'm going to question him the rest of the season, because this is a team he should be able to torch talent-wise.
Well, what about if that's the case? What about EJ Warner? Like my man Rod said in the chat, EJ Warner. His stats look pretty legit. Temple, Kurt Warner's son. He got all the Archimedes stuff on him too. Nobody's making a big deal about this guy. He comes back to the West Coast, right? He's from the West Coast, right? And Warner coaches up in the.
I think he's from Arizona. Yeah, he's from the West Coast.
Oh yeah, he's from the West. He's back on this side of town, up in Fresno State. Daddy can come to the game. Mama can come to the game. I think it's a good upside for EJ right there, and that could be a factor too. And that could take us over. That would be opposite of.
I tell you what, Moose, you already gave your bet out on this one too, right?
Yeah. I mean, I would like to add that the Jalen Daniels prop is very much based off of what you look at the secondary for Fresno State. They do lose 2 starters, but they return a ton of that depth chart. The point that I would like to make is that at the FCS level, you're not seeing a bunch of crazy passing offense. Yes, they exist. I mean, you just look at Abilene Christian, who's also has a Western Kentucky, that's at Western Kentucky essentially now that the OC and the quarterback from Abilene Christian are over there. But passing offenses at the FCS level are a little bit more uncommon than they are at the FBS level. So when you have a step up in competition and you lose 2 of your starters, so you're now essentially promoting the depth from below, that's going to be an adjustment. I wouldn't be shocked if the first half Kansas is able to kind of establish themselves as essentially the old North Dakota State with Entz comes out and kind of tries to figure out how do these passing games maneuver, how do they move around.
It would happen quick, is what you're saying, and it might we don't know, but it could be like a bang bang situation.
Exactly, that's exactly where I was going, because I mean, the guys that we already talked about, Henderson, Pickett, Canty, I mean, those are some legit receivers. They didn't face anything like that at the FCS level. So I do kind of think, I mean, if you want to go, if you want to try to get a Kansas early, I totally understand that. But the whole thing that holds me off of the spread and the team total, I mean, I'm very curious. I texted Wine last night, like, Kansas team total, but then I looked at what the projections are for Fresno State offensively with that slow offense. But if you look at the projections for the Fresno State defense and what they're projected to give up this year, I mean, this is a defense that's going to struggle. I mean, they're going to be giving up an average of 26 points in an offense that is going very, very slow. They're going to be giving up about 225 passing yards a game, and they're going to give up about 144 rushing yards a game. And that Jalen Daniels passing prop is set at 200 yards. I laddered it all the way up to 220. I feel great about the Jalen Daniels side of this argument because the secondary is questionable. The defense as a whole for Fresno State is questionable and should be giving up some points. The saving grace to that defense is going to be the offensive tempo, which is expected to be very, very slow. Jalen Daniels seems like the best bet on the board for me with passing. That's what I'm going to stick with. I'm not going to take any points. Just give me money line. I do love my Jalen Daniels prop over 200 and the Kansas money line at plus money. That's my best bet in this game. But I do think Jalen Daniels throws. It's just a matter of can Entz and that Fresno State offense control the clock enough to keep it down. I would definitely lean more under than I would over. But that being said, I also like the Kansas team total over. So I'm off at all that. But give me Kansas money line with the Jalen Daniels passing prop.
Let's shift lanes here and put this one up. We hadn't talked about it because we don't got a ton of other games here, guys. And really, honestly, like we're beating it down. I mean, we're somewhat close to wrapping up here. We got another guest that's going to give you guys a best bet that's going to come on. Shut the fuck up. We got another guest that's going to come on and give you guys a best bet here in or give you guys best bets here in just a minute. But well, we got an hour.
I'm gonna tell you though, I don't got nothing on this one, Cab. If you want to just jump to the UNLV, I got to pick on that one, and then I can make space for the next guest, man.
Big boss. First off, you ain't got to make space. You can still be here anytime.
No, it's all good. No, I like the way the screen lays out. I like what y'all doing over here. Bring in the next guy, and keep the rotation going. It's all good.
I got you. Well, I'm going to have to type up a UNLV one. It doesn't look like Jose uploaded me a UNLV one, but you guys go ahead and take it away and I'll get us a banner.
I'll just say my piece on it real quick though. And I don't know if my guys are back me on this one, but I'm not feeling the hype of UNLV either. I don't think this guy picks up, even though Dan Munn's a great guy, I don't think he picks up with Barry Odom established and just picks up, just runs it seamlessly like that. UNLV had a few struggles last year here and there, even though they had a really fantabulous season. One that probably won't be the same back to back like that. Like they're expecting, I don't know who pumps some money in the program or something, but they're just expecting all these high hopes out of UNLV, and I just simply don't see it. And 66 points in the opener. Come on, come get me. I'm going under on the 66. I'll try it. Let's see what happens. I don't see that as I don't see that as a big thing right there. So I'm taking that under right there in the UNLV game, even though it is in the air condition and all that stuff. We got this Idaho State team coming out of Idaho, so they're probably a little more familiar with UNLV too, because the Boise runs the town around there, so they know a little something about it. They probably slow the game down a little bit so they don't get touched up. But I don't see them just coming out there running all over. That UNLV team was good. A lot of pieces are missing from that team, and I don't see the plug and play type atmosphere right here.
You got anything on this one, either of you guys? Because I didn't bet it. No worries if no bets. No.
I mean, I don't have anything, but I do I really do think Boss has an angle on that under. I mean, you're talking about Dan Mullins coming over for UNLV. I mean, look, if you're a Dan Mullins fan, power to you, man. Good luck with that. But it's a downgrade from Barry Odom. Like, I'm not sure how you could try to argue that Dan Mullen. I get it. He's been in the SEC, but I mean, Mississippi State, I guess, was okay. Florida at some time was pretty legit. I think he had Florida ranked in the top 15 at one point. But there were always questions about Mullen. There were always things that just left you go like, huh. We're letting the clock run down with under 2 minutes here in the fourth quarter, down by 3. Okay, all right. Let's see what you got here, dude. And the other note is Alex Orji is now over there as quarterback at UNLV. I don't think he's ready to essentially step into an absolute elite stellar season. It feels like he's still probably going to be a year off. We saw a lot of his inadequacies exposed at Michigan. They are gutted. They lose every single one of their linemen from last year. And yeah, they bring over some guys. They bring over an FCS transfer. They bring over a North Carolina transfer. They bring over a Coastal Carolinas transfer. They do have some experience, but 25 combined career starts in the O-line group. That's not good. Idaho State, I don't have much on them, but all that stuff is telling me, like, yeah, this offense is probably going to take some time to get going. It is not very likely just to come out the gate in that run and rebel offense. We should see some figuring yourself out. We should see some self-reflection of that offense as it starts to come out. So I think Boss has a great angle on that under.
Thanks, man.
Boss, I can't. I know you said we're all a team here, but I can't stress enough how cool it is to do a Saturday with you in college football, man. I know we've been on screen together, we've got to hang out together even, but I've always
don't you know what today is? Today is college football day, man. I'm totally excited to be here. Like, I'm stoked, man. You know what I'm saying? I like being right here more than the chat likes being there, and the chat don't even want me to go, man. But I appreciate that, man. Y'all are being on camera for a long time. You don't even understand how far that goes with people, because sometimes we feel like we're spinning our wheels, but to know that people are out there listening and people care, let's go to the next game, man. Let's keep it rolling, dude.
Hell yeah. Let me pull this up. Let's go to this one, man. And Wine Time, you want to take this one away for me real quick? You got it? Okay,
I don't got too much on. Yeah, you're good, bro. I don't have too much on this game with Sam Houston and Western Kentucky. I figured that this might be an over spot. This was the one game that I don't have any action on as of today right now. Let me just bring up the current line that we're sitting at as of right now from where it opened. Let me pull this up here. Apologies. All right, here we go. We've got, let's see, Sam Houston right now plus 305 on the money line, getting 10 points right now with a total of 60.5 at minus 110. I think Western Kentucky is the side in this game. I think every favorite should win today, other than the Iowa State-Kansas State game. I think that's going to be the game where everyone has their parlays in, and they're like, oh, I'm going to get some good plus money with Kansas State to add in this leg, and it's going to lose in the first set of the games. With that being said here, I would only be on Western Kentucky. Didn't have a lot about this game. These are two teams that I didn't go too into depth. I know my guy Moose can probably tell you guys a lot more about this game. So Moose, take it away. Sam Houston, Western Kentucky, take it away, my guy.
Yeah, Sam Houston is going to be one of the more untrustworthy teams in the Conference USA. Phil Longo does come in as head coach. He was, if you remember, that name sounds familiar. Yeah, he was OC at Wisconsin, and before that, he was at UNC and Ole Miss. He is a good offensive mind, but he is coming into a really, really bad situation. I mean, the only production from last year to return that had any rushing yards is their quarterback, Hunter Watson. So he comes back. The offensive line loses 2 starters, returns 3 backups. Zach Patterson takes over as OC, but it will be Longo that is calling the plays. It is probably maybe potentially going to be more air raid, but they don't really have many skilled receivers. Only 2 of the top 9 return. Quavez Humphreys returns, but only had 20 catches last year. And guess what? He was their number 2 receiver with 20 catches. The issue that I have in this game for all the people that are wanting to back Western Kentucky is you look at what they did bringing in Maverick McAvoy from the FCS at Abilene Christian, who threw for almost 4,000 yards, and his offensive coordinator comes with him, Rick Bowie. Usually that's a recipe for success. Usually when you have the offensive coordinator and the quarterback both transfer to the same school, that is a recipe for success. But the question is, why didn't any receivers come with them? Because usually you'll see like 1 or 2 receivers kind of along for the ride, but there isn't. They only return 1 of the top 7 from last year, and they only add 1 notable player, Matthew Henry, who's a D3 transfer. Yeah, he had 1,200 yards, but no receiver in the group had more than 450 yards in a season. Those are some major question marks for an offense that is likely going to pass the ball in a ton. Like, that's extensively going to be a passing offense, and you're not having any receivers, but you brought over the quarterback and the OC. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think there. I was thinking Western Kentucky team total over would be an absolute mortal lock, a whale lock of a bet. But hell no, I do not want to touch that in the first game with all the question marks about what's this offense going to look like. So let me get 2 to 3 games of this offense to see if it's really clicking. If it does well against Sam Houston State, I'm not really buying into much anything because Sam Houston State's defense is going to be very poor. They're going to give up an average of about 30 points a game, which is a 10-point increase from last year where they gave up only 20. It is projected in the Phil Steele book as the 2nd biggest defensive regression in the country. I don't want anything to do with this game. Let me see Western Kentucky and what they can do with their passing. And if I can make it a judgment or an evaluation on that, I'll hop on board. But for right now, no, I do not want to touch this game.
I thought about taking Western Kentucky first half, yeah, but I'm not betting it. Boss, do you have anything in this one?
Man, this is an absolute stay off right here, man.
Yeah.
And, now that everybody's using it, I do use some information stuff, the AI stuff. I use the notebook though. The notebook is something that you put whatever you want in there, and then you can ask questions. So I have the whole VEASAN guide in there, and I just asked it to compare the 2 teams, and it came up basically with everything that Moose was saying.
Really?
Just asked AI Moose. But
that's awesome though that you used the AI for that. I didn't think about
but
that.
I mean, it tells you right here the whole coaching situation on both sides looks basically both teams are distraught in the same way. Sam Houston, I know for a fact they thrived off the defense last year, kept them in some games, got them some wins, and even that defense got dry at some point. And the reason we cashed on them because people was unaware at the beginning, and then once the market caught up, they started getting us on those Sam Houston unders. But not going to be the case this year because of what Boo said, because all those guys are gone on the defensive line and different places. And this I just read. I just typed that as we was right here, and I just read it real quick. But at the end of the day, reading both sides of the coin, new offenses and defensive coordinators on both sides, changes of offenses, like Boo said, not bringing in over enough people in this part and that part. It's just a shit show. And 60 is high though for a shit show, to tell you the truth. And under is always a key bet when you don't know shit. So I would lean under with it if I had to take a bet, but other than that, I'd leave that game alone.
That makes sense with the under. So I tell you guys in the chat how we're gonna do this because we're gonna keep our guy Big Boss here. We've got 2 other people that are going to come on, and they're just going to fire their best bets at you. So really quick across the panel, we're going to give you guys our best bets one more time. And I'm going to tell you guys, next week will be different because we're going to have a plethora of football games to go over. Today we had like 4 to talk about basically. So yeah, we kind of beat them down and stayed on them. It was a little bit slower pace. Next week, it's going to be way more intense. We're going to be rapid fire. It's going to be go, go, go. So again, today I've got 2 bets. I got the over 50.5 in the Kansas game. Fresno State game, and then I got Avery Johnson over 50.5 rushing yards. I just realized I got the same number on both. Completely different bets. So 50.5 is the number I need today. We're going over that both ways. I got 2 units on Avery Johnson, so he's where I'm laying in today. We got 40 minutes until that game kicks off, by the way, so we're almost there. Wine time. What were your best bets today?
Yeah, I don't even know if I don't even think I talked about the Hawaii game, and that's probably gonna be my best.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my best.
Shit.
No, you're good. Yeah, so as far as I'll go quick here, guys. I'm on Hawaii. Hawaii's my best bet on the board today on the money line. I'm also on the team total over 26.5. Micah Alejandro is going to absolutely torch the secondary, I think, for Stanford. I think it's going to be running gun the entire time. They're going to barely run the ball here. They're going to run up and down the field there in Hawaii. Something I liked hearing from Micah in all of his interviews, saying that he was taking his offensive linemen out to dinner multiple times a week, hanging out with these guys. All these guys on the offensive line, all Hawaiian born. All these guys played high school around the same area. These guys have been playing with each other for 3 to 5 years now. All the camaraderie over there. I mean, if you guys have ever been over to the island, you know what it's like over there. It's just it's almost like a different country. And these guys, the way they treat each other, it's like they're legit brothers. Like, and Micah Alejandro is like their little brother right now because he's a redshirt freshman. He had a huge bowl game last year. We saw what he can do in the run and shoot offense. Not a lot of teams really run this nowadays. I think they're going to run and shoot all day long today. Micah is going to have himself a field day in the passing game. His passing prop is the highest on the board. I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at the Sam Houston, but his passing prop is the highest total on the board for a reason. It's nearly 300. This guy is going to run and gun all day long today. Hawaii is going to win this game by probably 10 or more points. I think Timmy Chang has this team heading in the right direction. They have a lot of Hawaiian-bred players over there, and I think that this is one of the best teams in the Mountain West, and Micah probably is the best quarterback in the Mountain West. I know it's a hot take, guys. The redshirt freshman doesn't have a lot of experience. I just think I like everything I'm hearing from him. He looks like a little kid out there. You hear his interviews, he looks like a child, but he does not play like a child. This kid went out and absolutely torched that secondary in that bowl game. I know it's a bowl game, don't get me wrong, but I like everything that I'm hearing from this Hawaii team. I like their receiving core. It's one of the best receiving core in the Mountain West. They got a lot of guys from Power 4 programs that didn't play a lot, but the fact that they're at those programs tells you something. They wanted to come over to the island. Who wouldn't want to play for Hawaii? I know they've got a lot of renovations at the new stadium. They're building a new stadium and all that, but you're playing the most beautiful place in the world. It's the only more beautiful place in Southern California. It's Hawaii in the United States, and it's not even close. You guys go out there. It's the same weather every single day, 365 days a year, 75, 80 degrees, and not a lot of rain. And if it does rain, I guess so. But with that being said, I'm on Hawaii here. I'm on their team total over, and I'm going to be on alternate lines here as well, like 6.5s. I think they win this game by double digits. It's not even a close matchup. Give me Hawaii money line, the team total over 26.5 officially.
Me too, just because you said Hawaiian bread, and I like Hawaiian bread. It's tasty.
Heyo. You're
Moose,
muted.
take it away.
Cab, you're muted, just a heads up.
I just said Moose, best bets on the day.
Gotcha. Let me talk about the Hawaii game real quick because I do have a lot of action on this. If you have been following me, and if you were on some of the shows that I had back about a month ago, I gave you guys a play. I said Hawaii is a significantly better team, and Stanford they weren't great to begin with, but they are worse this year and are potentially in one of the more unique situations in college football. I think this is a legit Hawaii team. I'm not sure if I'm going to trust them on the road. I do think that the road is still going to be a potential bugaboo because how can it not? You're switching time zones, you're switching environments, you're switching weather. So there's a lot of factors that go into them leaving. But on the island, this is going to be a really, really good team. They are selling out a lot of their home field. And I know that for today, that is going to be a sellout. Hawaii is showing up to come out and support their Rainbow Warriors. The issue for me, the only issue that I looked at, and I talked about this with Wine last night, is the secondary for Stanford is tall. They do have length. Every one of their starters is over 6 foot. And one of the strengths of Hawaii is the fact that all of their receivers are also 6 foot. Stanford does have one of the better defenders in the secondary in Colin Wright. He is a very, very good cover corner. And the question is going to be, how do they deploy him? Frank Reich never had an elite cornerback at Indianapolis, so you don't really know what he's going to use. His teams generally use the Tampa 2, and my assumption, and anybody that is higher level coaching on football might be able to correct me or add on or elaborate, but if it's the Tampa 2, I would expect Wright to be more to a side rather than a shadow. And if you're talking about him on a side versus a shadow, that means that you're going to be able to do things with Nick Senecal. You're going to be able to do things with Pofeli, Ashlock. There are also Jackson Harris, who is a Stanford transfer who did play in 6 games last year, did have a little production, but he's also going to be out there. But here's the thing. I think the X factor in this game is potentially going to be Brandon White. He's a Kentucky transfer who is undersized at 5'8", but he is extremely elusive. They're going to try to find different ways to get him the ball. And if he has the game that I kind of think he might have, there's no props on him from the markets that I saw, but if you could get a Brandon White prop, the problem is I don't know if he's going to be getting the ball out of the backfield or if they're going to figure out gadget plays to get him the ball closer to the line of scrimmage out on the wings. But Timmy Chang, man, he's got himself his quarterback. Mike Alejado is going to be fantastic. He had a 70% completion rating last year.
That's good.
And the secondary for Stanford, outside of right, they may be tall, but they don't know how to ball. And at some point, I do think that the offense is going to click. I do think the hype, and especially at a program like Hawaii, might be a little bit too much early. You might see some concern kind of going off the chain, just in terms of how they're able to move the chains, how they're able to kind of sustain drives. It is going to be a little bit more of a tempo offense. I don't necessarily love them early, but I love them as a total. And in fact, I am on their team total and am on their money line. I got them money line at plus 100. So I got in well ahead of the line movement. And I do like their team total over. One of my favorite kind of unique bets is going to be Hawaii money line and team total over, which you can get at plus 120. I threw a half unit on that, but I have a full unit on the Hawaii money line. And I have a full unit on the Hawaii team total over 26.5.
Beautiful. I took a dab for my guy Pete Loshak.
Yeah, shout out to Peter Loshak in the building.
Kicking my ass
all day on Saturday. So shout out to Pete for him showing up here, man. Shout out to Peter Loshak, man. Appreciate the support. And guys, everyone in the chat, hit the like button. We've got 140 people in here. We don't even have 100 likes. Hit the like button. We've got to get 100 likes before we get out of here, guys. It's mandatory. Get us to 100 likes, guys. Do it for us. Sharing our plays with you guys. And yeah, I've given out all my actions so far today, Cab. If you want to bring on the next couple guests to give out their
that's what I was gonna say. I want to hear Big Boss one more time, if you don't mind. Just no, you don't got to break them down. Just recap the bets that you gave out, Big Boss, and then guys, we got 2 people who are gonna bring you best bets. I'm gonna bring one of them up with us. He's gonna give them out, and then we're gonna end the show with Big Hundo. Our guy that came on this show last year and got over 100 units. Everything tracked right here live for you guys. We're going to end the show with him on big screen, giving you guys his parlay for the week, which he hit the first 4 weeks last year. That was wild. Obviously, we might not do that again, but we're going to have another big season, that's for sure. Big Boss, best bets, my man.
Hey, I'm going to give you all my bets right here for the people that's out there, especially since our guy Peter's in the chat. That's my guy right there. But I got five. I got the 5-0 bets today. Hawaii -2, Fresno State +13. Iowa State +3, Idaho State UNLV under 65.5, Fresno State and Kansas. I got that from the show. Capping the Cappers. Listen to what you guys had to say. Listening to the chat. I got the over in that game, over 49.5.
Hell yeah, Big Boss. Man, I can't say how much I loved having you up here, Big Boss. Thank you again.
I appreciate it, man. I'm about to go get ready for a live show. And hang out over there and watch the game.
With you, boss. I'll meet you over there for sure.
I'll roll
up. For sure. I'll send you anybody out. You guys are all welcome. But yeah, I'm about to go chill out over there. Try to drink some water so I can drink some liquor. But thanks for having me, guys, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the love from the chat and all that good stuff. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe, Pub Sports Radio, subscribe, Hundo Sports Talk, and let's cash some tickets, man.
Let's go, boss. Shout out to DJ Big Boss, man. That's my guy right there. Cab, you want to introduce our next guy? I know we've got 2 guest backs. I see my guy Kong's back there. He's ready to deliver the fire right there.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard me. We're going to finish it with Kong on big screen.
Okay, so let's bring in Gorki real quick.
Yeah.
Gorki. All right, let's without further ado, let's bring on our next guest, guys. You guys see him in the chat every single day. You see him giving donations every single day, giving his hard-earned money to Pub Sports Radio. This guy supports everything we do, and we love having him on the show. You see him on walk-off wagers with us to close out the shows on Sundays. You guys see him over there with Racing with Razor. You see him on with Jimmy the Bag. You see this guy everywhere. Let's bring on, without further ado, our guy Gorki to the stage. What's up, Gorki?
Hey, boys. It's good to be in football mode again. Let's go.
Hell yeah,
in
man.
Gorky. Let's go.
I don't have to assume which game you want to talk about because I saw it in your message. I already know. I
No,
already know.
sir. I also told you about 7 times since yesterday, and I'm really excited about this game. I think it's going to be a slugfest, but I think I know that I trust pocket passers more than I trust runners. However, when runners get going, I may be screwed. But as I always say, my unit is small enough to where it's fine. There will be next week. Next week is where it gets going. This is our preseason shot to kind of get a feel for what we got to play down the road. So here, also, we have to take into consideration, man, that there was a big travel spot for both of these teams. So I think the team that comes out on top has to be the one that adjusted to Ireland better.
So you think it's the one that got the sleep expert?
I think it's
Having
whoever.
the sleep influencer.
I think, yes, definitely. So, sleep influencer, yes.
Can you imagine that? What do you do for work? Oh, I'm a sleep influencer.
Oh yeah, you're a sleep influencer.
Yeah,
huh?
okay, Bill Cosby.
So I don't think the seed numbers here, 17 versus 22, mean anything. Because it's week 0, nobody knows nothing.
Yep.
Everybody starts with a clean slate, so it is what it is.
I agree, man.
Wait, Gorky. So, give us your official play on this and the line that you got.
My official play is Iowa State money line plus 130.
Let's go. I got the plus 140 yesterday. Gave it out with Jimmy the Bag live on the show yesterday.
I'm never gonna get such good numbers only because I play against the provincial lottery system here. Like this is who runs the sports book that I play at. But it is what it is. The most important thing is to have tickets that cash.
Exactly. And I know you're a big plus money guy, Gorky. So we appreciate you coming on here, sharing your action with us as always. You guys heard it here first from Gorky on
And guys, I'm not going to give out any extra plays, any bullshit, because let's stick to college football. If they want my extra plays, they can go to my
Gorky, let them know where the people can find you exactly those plays.
My Twitter and find it there. You can see that. You can see there. If this actually goes on radio, the guys can say my Twitter handle. I will not promote self.
No, you can promote yourself, man. This is a family. That's the point.
Let me promote our guy Gorky.
It's not about me though, brother. That's the thing.
Follow
Gorky,
Gorky on sport. Gorky _on_sports on Twitter. This guy shares his action. If you guys ever want to talk ball, just shoot him a DM. If you want to know his plays, this guy's a big plus money guy.
No, my plays are public, brother. I don't need a DM.
There we go, Gorky. Shout out to you, Gorky, for joining us, my guy. It's always a pleasure seeing you on screen.
And there are big plus money spots today in CFL, but I said I'm not going to talk about that shit here. Not about what we're here for. You got to listen to Pop Sports Radios on Fridays and Thursdays for that action.
Shout out to Gorky. We appreciate you, my guy.
Gorky. Good
luck on all your action today.
Yeah.
And we look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Hawaii -3 at plus 100. If I can get on it, it's the lock of the goddamn century.
I like it. I like it, my man. I like it.
And it's an alternate spread for me, but it's plus money. It's plus 100. So let's get paid.
Hell
yes, sir. Appreciate you, Gorky. Good luck on all his action for today. Our guy Gorky on sports. Go follow him on Twitter, guys.
I love having him on here, man.
He's one of the best, man. He's Macedonian. That's how you know he's one of the best, man. Those people right there are the nicest.
Fuck you, Moose.
I swear, I had a neighbor that was Macedonian that lives in Canada now. kind of similar to Gorki, and he's one of the nicest people in the world. It's funny. Whenever I talk to Gorki, I feel like I'm talking to my guy, Lucas over here. But shout out to Gorki. But guys, let's bring on our next guest here. You know what? Let me get Daby Cab's going to give him the proper introduction because I don't know how to run intros, and this guy's got the best intro in the game. So Cab, take it away for our next guest. This guy hit over 100 units last season publicly on Twitter and on the show. Take it away, Cab.
He said it right there. Big Hundo, big Hundo. Let's do it again. Everybody hit the like button, share the video. Get this shit out there, man. I know today was a little different. We didn't have a ton, but this show, I promise you, is going to bring the heat, the fire. We will move extremely fast next week. It'll be a little different. And let's get our guy, Big Hundo, up here who knows the routine, knows the drill. Let's go. Conger, what up, what up?
We back, Kong. We back.
You.
Hey, yo, Saturdays are here, boys. I woke up with a feeling of purpose this morning. College football is back. I need everybody to take a second, hit the like button, show some love in the chat, bro. We are here to make you guys some money. Like Cab said, this week, the whole format next week is not gonna look anywhere near the same. Next week, we're going to have multiple games. It's going to be best bet, next game, best bet. It's going to be I just love it, bro. I love the vibe. We get out, 30, 40 bets on a show, usually every weekend. So next weekend, have your pen and paper ready.
32-8 was our best show last year. We went 32-8 as an entire
crazy.
show. Yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yes, sir.
Because I wrote everything down. I didn't write anything down today. It's week 0. I'll start next week. I'll keep it all next week.
I got to do that with that, Cab. I'll help you out with that this year.
Please do. But hey, Kong, I wanted us to be able to go back and forth a bit. I wanted to tell Moose one more time, thank you, and everybody get the Moose Drive. Did you drop the link, Moose?
I have it on my Twitter. It is just the link. You don't have
to not drop it in the chat.
You don't have to. Don't have to send me your email. You just don't have to DM me. I literally posted it on my Twitter. So if you go over to @MooseMoneyBets, it is at the top. You just click the link. It's right there. You're not going to get paywalls. There's not going to be any kind of advertisements. I'm not going to spam you with anything. It's literally just I was going to do this no matter what. And I figured, why not just open it up? And to let you guys know, I did finish every single team in college football. It is a rather large document. It is 595 pages. So, yeah, goblet of fire. What's up? I got your ass, JK.
That Moose Dive is dope.
Yeah, I mean, it does get better than that, guys. And he's bringing it to you here, for free, just for being a supporter of Pub Sports Radio. So hit the like. Thank you, guys. This is it for Moose, me, and Wine Time because I'll be backstage. But, Kong, I'm going to give you the big screen. I'm going to let you give the people your bets. And then as soon as you're done, I'm going to hit the exit and we're going to get out of here. Much love to everyone. We love you guys. Now let's get paid with our guy, Kong's Clips.
Dome. Yo, what up, Pub Sports Radio? Let's get straight into it, bro. We're going to try to make some money this week. I'm going to preface this by saying I'm usually on the upper echelon teams every season, but I did find some spots today that I do love, and I am attacking. We'll start with Iowa State and Kansas State. First game of the year. I think this game disappoints. All right. A lot of nerves, a lot of nervous energy coming into this game for both sides. Massive game. All eyes are going to be on this game. All recreational gamblers are going to be on this game. Anybody that bets college football is going to have some skin in this game. Give me Rocco Becht and Iowa State, bro. It's the underdog in the first game of the season. We're getting over a field goal on FanDuel right now. You get 3.5. You get plus 3.5 on FanDuel right now at minus 115. That's the spot, bro. If it was a 2.5, I might look Kansas State, but it's not. It's a 3.5. I'm on Iowa State with the points. I think Rocco Becht can come out here, It's going to be an ugly first half. I'm telling you now, it's going to be an ugly first half. I don't see both teams coming out putting up a lot of points early. Maybe they get going in the second quarter. First game of the season. Give me Iowa State plus 3.5 minus 115. I got one more play in this game. I am going to be on Rocco Becht, 2+ passing touchdowns. It's a plus money spot. I think if Iowa State wins this game, I think he can throw 2 touchdown passes. It's going to be a plus 134. Rocco Becht for 2+ passing touchdowns. It's on my card. Next game. Nobody had any smoke on this game. It's the Western Kentucky game. I'm going to tell you right now, I have a few bets in this game. I like Western Kentucky here. I got Western Kentucky minus 10.5 at minus 107. Western Kentucky's the play, bro. Sam Houston, I just think their defense is going to give up points in bunches here. Western Kentucky first half minus 6.5, I think, is probably the best play in this game. But I also laid the points in the full game at 10.5. If you go check out the passing props for this game, Sam Houston State's quarterback's passing prop is under 200 yards, and you're looking at Western Kentucky's quarterback with almost 300 on the passing prop. I just think this is a spot where Sam Houston can't hang, and with a total at 61, I think Western Kentucky's the team putting up points here. Their team total's at 36.5. I endorse that as well, but I'm just laying the points here. Give me Western Kentucky first half and full game. On to Hawaii. This game scares me a little bit. I'm not going to lie. All the money's coming in on Hawaii. I would expect this number at some point to move over the key number of 3. The fact that it hasn't moved yet worries me a little bit. Not going to lie. But I'm on Hawaii. I got Hawaii money line, and I laid the 2.5, hoping that this gets over the 3. I think if you don't see this number past that 3 with all the money that's come in on Hawaii, I do think there's a chance they win but don't cover. The books know what they're doing. It's $1 billion corporations running these books. Look for this number later in the day to move over to 3.5. If not, lay the money line. I believe Hawaii wins this game. I think it's going to take a while for Reich and company to come in and change this Stanford program around. This isn't their team. This isn't their team that they handpicked. They come in this season with what they have. It's going to take a few years for them to bring in the players that they like and implement the style of football that they like. Parlay time. It's parlay time. I do not have a 2-unit parlay this week. I have a half-unit parlay. I'm not going to force something on a small slate. I'm just not going to do it. But I do have a parlay that I did play for a half unit to win a couple units. I already have next week's 2-unit parlay in. So make sure you show up for that. I believe I went 9-4 on my 2-unit parlay last year. It's something I've been doing for a few seasons now and have had massive success with it. Parlay for this week, guys. Iowa State plus 3.5, full game. Western Kentucky, first half, minus 6.5. Hawaii, money line. The parlay gets you plus 515, plus 515 there. Half unit to win a little over 2.5 units. Make sure you guys are here this season. It's going to be a great season, bro. Everybody on this show gave out nothing but winners last season. It was honestly crazy to see how much success we all had giving out our plays. college football is here. Take a deep breath. Don't overexert yourself this weekend. There's not many games. Find the spots you like. Next week is where it all goes down. Make sure you guys tune in to Medicate Monday on Monday. Maybe we have some nuggets there. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Make sure you hit the like button. Go out there and make some money today. Kong.